Good morning. It's now day 2 of Wild Camp 5, and as you can see, the cloud has lifted, so we've got a better perspective of where we are. And it's windy, which is good news because that keeps the midges away. Anyway, I'll give you a quick recap of yesterday. Off in that direction, not that you can see it, is Loch Muick, and we started at the car park at Loch Muick yesterday. We came round the south end of Loch Muick, which is a tricky path to be honest, because that's a single track path. And when you get to the back of Loch Muick, you start ascending towards Dubh Loch. Dubh Loch is just in there, and then you come round to the back of Dubh Loch. Now, there's a path half of the way around Dubh Loch, and then the path kind of disintegrates, and then you've pretty much got to scramble your way the rest of the route, and it's quite tricky to be honest. But when you get to the back of Dubh Loch, there's several streams here that run down into Dubh Loch, and you follow them up the hill to this point. You have to cross a couple of streams, one which I fell in I should say, and bruised my pride, but nevertheless we continued up here, and by this point, when we were up here following that stream actually, we were in the cloud. So we continued to follow the stream round here. As I say, there's a couple of streams here and they split off, one going up here, one coming round here. We got round here, still in a cloud, a little bit disorientated, a little bit tired. So we found a flat bit of ground and decided to set up our tent, have our dinner and call it a night. Now the reason for that is that the next morning, if it was still in cloud, we could easily find the stream and head all the way back down into Dubh Loch below the cloud and make our way out. But that hasn't happened. We've got good weather for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and soak up some of the views, and then we'll take it from there. Right, I've been wandering around enjoying the views, but I thought I would stop here because you get a beautiful view of Dubh Loch, which is just down there, and beyond that is Loch Muick, which is where we started yesterday. So you probably won't make it out in the camera, but you can see the faint path that comes round the side of it, and then there you can see the stream that we followed up to our campsite last night. And there's a lovely little waterfall down there. I'm not sure how that'll turn out in the camera, but it was just before the waterfall that we crossed the stream and I slipped on my rear end and got soaked. I'm in the background there. Again, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out on the GoPro, but there's a beautiful cliff face with a waterfall right beside us. Absolutely stunning, and that's known as Eagle Rock. Now I'm not sure why it's called Eagle Rock, but I'm assuming it's got something to do with eagles nesting there. That would make sense, but don't quote me on it. In the background there, that big mound is Cairn Taggart. Now I've talked about Cairn Taggart before. On Wild Camp 2 we went round the side of Cairn Taggart, and Cairn Taggart has got a crash plane on it, which is really quite interesting. We'll have a look at that sometime, I would think. Beyond Eagle Rock, just up there, that rise, just beyond that rise is another Munro top, but the name escapes me. And then just beyond that again is Loch Muick, which is a fairly famous Munro around these areas. Anyway, I'm going to continue soaking up the views for a while because as you can see, they're absolutely spectacular. And then I'll head back to the tent and get breakfast on. Okay, we've had our breakfast, so we're quite satisfied. We've packed up our tent, so we're ready to rock and roll. What we're going to do now is we're going to follow the stream up onto the plateau, and once we're up there, we're going to head towards a Munro called Cairn Bannoch.